Here's part 1, breaking down the initial questions and providing clear and simple explanations. 1. Author of A Prologue to Population Geography. Answer: Vidal de la Blache. Explanation: Vidal de la Blache was a French geographer, often considered the father of modern geography. While this book, A Prologue to Population Geography, is a foundational text, it introduces the idea of studying where and how populations live, grow, and interact with their surroundings. 2. Data recorded in the registration system. Information such as births, deaths, marriages, divorces, children, and disasters are recorded. Explanation: this system keeps track of key life events in a country. For example, when a baby is born, the birth is registered. Similarly, marriages or deaths are also documented. This helps the government understand how the population is changing over time. 3. Last population census in Bangladesh. Answer: the last census was held in 2011. Explanation: a census is a national survey conducted to count the total number of people living in the country. It collects data about age, gender, jobs, education, etc. Bangladesh's 2011 census provided the latest official statistics about its population. 4. Population redistribution. Moving people from crowded areas to places where resources and opportunities are better is called population redistribution. Explanation: for example, if one city has too many people and lacks jobs or clean water, the government may encourage people to move to another city or region with more resources and opportunities. 5. Population density. Answer: population density is the number of people living per square kilometer in an area. Imagine if 1,000 people live on a small island that is only 1 square kilometer. The population density is very high. Compare this with a desert where very few people live on a much larger land. 6. Population education. Answer: population education is about teaching people how populations grow and their impact on resources and the environment. Explanation: it's like learning why it's important to control population growth, use resources wisely, and understand how people's choices impact the planet. 7. Population transition in Bangladesh. Answer: Bangladesh is in the second stage of the population transition theory. Explanation: this stage is where birth rates are high, but death rates have started to decrease because of better healthcare and living standards. As a result, the population grows rapidly. Would you like to continue with part 2, where I'll explain the remaining questions? Here's part 2, explaining the next set of questions in simple terms. 8. Population structure. Answer: population structure refers to how the population is divided by gender, men and women, and age groups, children, adults, elderly. Explanation: imagine looking at a class. Some are boys, some are girls, and their ages differ. Population structure is a bigger version of this idea for an area, showing how many people fall into each category, like men, women, young, or old. Population change. Anth rate, number of people born, death rate, number of people who die, and migration, people moving in or out of a place together cause population change. Explanation: for example, if many babies are born and fewer people die in a city, the population grows. If many people move out of the city, it shrinks. 10. Crude death rate, CDR. Answer: CDR is the number of people who die out of every 1,000 people in a country or region in a year. Explanation: if in a town with 1,000 people, 10 people die in 1 year, the CDR is 10. It helps compare how healthy or risky places are for living. 11. Population dependency ratio. Answer: the formula for dependency ratio is text dependency ratio dr equals frac dependent population total population dependent population equals people under 15 years and above 65 years. Total population, everyone in that area. Explanation: imagine if in a town of 1,000 people, 400 are kids or elderly, dependents. This formula tells us how many people depend on working adults. 12. Necessity of studying population geography. Answer: it helps us. 1. Understand how people are distributed. 2. Manage resources efficiently. 3. plan for population growth or reduction. 4. Solve problems like overcrowding or unemployment. Explanation. Population geography answers important questions like, why do some places have more people than others? Or how can cities prepare for growing populations? Would you like Part 3 to address the remaining topics and tie them together? Here's Part 3, covering the remaining questions with detailed and simplified explanations. 13. What is the National Vital Registration System? Answer. The National Vital Registration System records key events like births, deaths, marriages, divorces, and migrations in a country. Explanation. Think of it like a diary for a country where every important life event of its citizens is written down. For example, birth records. When a baby is born, it's registered with a certificate. Death records keeps track of who passed away and when. Marriage divorce records tracks unions and separations in families. This system helps governments understand the population's needs and plan for healthcare, education, or housing. 14. Importance of measuring population data. Answer. Measuring population data helps 1. Plan for schools, hospitals, and infrastructure. 2. Predict future challenges like food or water shortages. 3. Monitor changes like population growth or aging. 4. Address issues like unemployment or overpopulation. Explanation. If we didn't measure population, governments wouldn't know where to build schools or how much food is needed. It's like counting people at a party to know how much cake to serve. 15. Population resettlement. Answer. Moving people from crowded or underdeveloped areas to regions with more resources and opportunities. Explanation. If one city is overcrowded and another has plenty of jobs, people move to the less crowded city. Governments also help by building housing or providing transport to new areas. Example. China moved millions from rural areas to urban zones to improve their quality of life. 16. Stage of demographic transition for Bangladesh. Answer. Bangladesh is in stage 2 of the demographic transition model. Explanation. In this stage, birth rates are still high, but death rates are decreasing due to better healthcare and sanitation. This leads to fast population growth. It's like planting lots of seeds, babies born, and fewer dying because of good care. 17. What is population education? Answer. It's the study of how populations grow, change, and affect resources and the environment. Explanation. It teaches people how overpopulation can harm the planet, why controlling birth rates is important, and how to ensure a better quality of life for everyone. This concludes. The most recent population census in Bangladesh was conducted from June 15 to June 21, 2022. This was the 6th national census and the first to utilize digital methods, including GIS mapping and tablet computers. With Saturn Search, the 2022 census recorded a total population of 169,828,921, with 84,077,203 males, 85,653,120 females, and 12,629 individuals identifying as third gender. Of this population, 160,066,925 reside in rural areas, while 53,761,986 live in urban regions. Cite Turn Search 5. Prior to the 2022 census, the last census was conducted in 2011. The 2022 census was initially scheduled for 2021, but was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic and logistical challenges. Cite Turn Search 9. The literacy rate in Bangladesh has shown significant improvement, increasing from 51.77% in 2011 to 74.66% in 2022. For more detailed information, the Bangladesh Bureau of Statistics has published the Population and Housing Census 2022 report, which is available on their official website.